Good evening, Wes. How are you?
Very good. And you?
Excellent, thank you. So, since the last time we spoke, it's been a little while. I think I might have mentioned it before, discovered the channel Daryl Anka and Bashar, and have been listening to some of that material. And just it, both being the source of the material, as it is claimed to be, and for other, I guess, obvious reasons, I would think, it's pretty interesting stuff to listen to. And I actually heard him speak of our guides, our spirit guides. So I thought it might be interesting if maybe we turned the tables and had a spirit guide speak of them a little bit. So at first I'm just wondering, can you tell us, is Daryl Anka and Bashar as a true representation, an honest representation, as best they know, of what they are?
Oh yes, indeed.
They are.
There are many races who will channel that way. They find the human being more fascinating, less evolved in spirituality, but more fascinating in how you guide your life. So, in answer to your question, yes.
Okay, one of the things that Bashar had mentioned was that these other races, his in particular, keep an eye on our nuclear weapons and our nuclear activity. And he says that the reason is because nuclear weapons have the potential to disrupt more than just our world and more than just our reality. And I found that pretty interesting. I was wondering if you could speak a little bit on that for us.
You must understand that because you think in linear time, it is hard to picture all things happening at the same time. So, when you make a choice, such as that, as a government makes, that is a very powerful weapon, your nuclear weapons. It can stretch beyond this dimension, this time-space reality, especially when it is used in multiples, where it is inundating your time-space. So it not only affects you, it will affect others as well throughout your universe, but not only throughout your universe, but within your dimensions that are taking place now on this planet. So what he speaks of is that bleed over, that contamination from what has been done will leak and will affect those that are near it or it comes to. Does this make sense to you?
It does. And he said that they typically don't interfere, but that's one area for that reason, that they would if necessary.
Yes.
Do we have any reason to think that any of the information that is gotten through channel sources of what we consider ET to be anything other than accurate, honest, helpful information?
It should be viewed that way. There are those who will play tricks. So you must be wary, but you will know the truth. The vibration of the truth is, you cannot disguise it. You cannot hide it, so you will know and you will feel it.
Is it true that the time spans, for example, that Bashar speaks of, 2010 to 2015, that it is a span of accelerated energy, where there is a lot of movement and a lot of change going on. That sounds as though it is heading towards a climax of some type at some point. Can you speak on that?
It is funny that you speak of it as an end goal, a climax, an ending of some sort. No, it is a good description of the time frame, I suppose. We would tell you that since your year 2010 and going forward is going to be an accelerated growth for mankind, involving both science and spirituality. Does that answer your question?
Yes. Have our world governments been actively working to control us and to suppress information from us in a strong way?
There is much to that. Yes and no. You must remember that it has been ingrained within your race that your government controls and protects and takes care of you, makes choices that you do not want to make. You all are aware of what they are doing, and some of you stand up and shout, but most of you go along with it because you know there are things that must be done that you do not wish to deal with. So you put it upon your government. In many ways, those in power know what they are doing. That is how you keep a society under control. But in many ways they do not know. It is just part of their job. They believe that it is part of their job, and they are doing nothing that would go against what you would do. Does this make sense to you?
It does. It does.